guys, welcome back to another video. So I was gonna say it's Monday, but it is not. I had to postpone Monday's video till today because I needed to shift my videos slightly over as I needed to catch up on a few things. Even though today is not Monday, we are gonna be working in a sketchbook today because it's been a while. I think both for you guys as well as for me. For me, actually, do I even show this? Maybe just a sneak peek-ish. Let me see. I'm gonna cover the bottom because if you guys haven't caught up with Witch Hat Atelier or have seen anything for the raws, I'm just gonna cover this and you can just see this. This is basically almost like a very brief study or look at one of the screenshots from, I think, the recent raws for Witch Hat Atelier's new chapter, but it's only in Japanese right now. I'm waiting for the English translations to come out, and I'll probably do fan art of that chapter once it officially comes out. But we'll see Witch Hat Atelier talk maybe for Saturday's video. We'll see how today goes and see how I feel, and then maybe we'll do Witch Hat on Saturday and continuation of what we're going to be doing today for next week. So let me explain. Also have a little Origio sticker right here because he was a miscut. But today I thought it would be fun to take you guys along with me while we do a bit of planning, because I have a few hyperfixations in my brain right now. Witch Hat Atelier is one of them. I should probably show you guys the prints I got. Well, maybe I'll look on my Instagram stories to see if I can pull that screenshot instead, since I've already neatly put away the prints and cards that I got from an artist that I really liked, and ended up getting ones for my friend. That I think I'm kind of combining two things that I've been enjoying lately. So one obviously is Pokopia. I think I've talked about this in a previous video a few weeks ago when it first came out. So it just kickstarted my love for Pokemon once again. I've been drawing Pokemon kind of seldomly with my OCs every so often. I think about them a lot, like Pokemon in general, because I have a lot of favorites, or I find so many of them very cute. So because of that, I want to do something Pokemon-ish related, but also because I was in such a merch making prep mode, I guess you could call it, for the last few weeks after I finished up commissions earlier this month. I've been making a lot of photo cards, which I think you guys would have saw on Sunday's video where I ended up drawing Mighty and Thainon, which I think I have their cards with me. Give me 1 second. I have this tin, this After 8 tin, that I keep all of my photo card, either miscuts or sticker miscuts and stuff. So I have a bunch of them in here. I even have one of Selwyn, which I still think is super cute. And yes, these guys were from last week's video, if you guys haven't seen it, or the video from earlier this week, I guess, depending on what you considered Sunday. So I thought it'd be fun to kind of continue with kind of making cards, but we're going to change up the format just a smidge because I've been watching, I don't know if it's because my YouTube algorithm has shifted with the amount of Pokemon content that I've been watching. I've been watching Pokemon, I think it's TCG, kind of trade shows or card trade shows. And because of that, I'm always getting exposed to new card arts for Pokemon. I think a while ago, I also had the app for the game, so you can pull TCG cards and stuff. And I always love looking at the art. I thought it'd be fun today to make my own set of little Pokemon cards. We're gonna customize them quite a bit, and I thought it'd be cool to make some of my OCs as kind of trainer art alongside with maybe a partner Pokemon, and then maybe do one or two that are just purely the Pokemon so that I can practice more digital painting, potentially do backgrounds and do some sort of critter-ish kind of Pokemon. Let's start with brainstorming and sketching out ideas. I'm not gonna use the card as a template right away because I am gonna be drawing them digitally later on, which might be on the next video. I don't know how exactly I want to plan this out per se, but I want to be able to fiddle around with the colors and the format and make a custom kind of backside. So still following the same kind of template, but I want to have kind of custom colors just for more fun and whimsy, I guess. Maybe I'll zoom in for you guys so you have a better sense of what I'm going to be sketching so you're not so far away from my sketchbook. Also, the light's probably going to fluctuate quite a bit in this video, I'm using natural sunlight as well as 2 artificial lights, but the sunlight right now is overpowering my artificial lights. So as that kind of like weaves in and out and it gets cooler and warmer, I do apologize. I'll try my best to post kind of like color correct everything. I also might grab some colored pencils, maybe like a color or 2. So hopefully this might be a better angle for you guys. I do have my Arrtx pencil crayons here, or colored pencils. So we're just gonna pick maybe a color or 2. I know I want to draw Maseki and maybe Selwyn for at least 2 of the cards. Now I don't know how many I'm going to be able to do, and this might be like an ongoing project just for fun, but I wanted to show at least some of the process with you guys, and maybe you guys want to like to make your own cards as well. But while I'm kind of like selecting colors for, you know, just making it a little bit easier for you to color block some things or to differentiate some of my forms while I'm trying to block stuff out, you guys can let me know if you guys have like favorite Pokemon. I'm pretty sure I've asked in the past, but like, do you guys have like a criteria of why you have favorite Pokemon or why you picked your favorite Pokemon? For me, I always like the little tiny cute ones first of all, but as well, for some reason there's like some Pokemon I just like really like. I don't know why. Maybe because like either from the anime, maybe when I was younger, or like you see people make like animations or cute illustration, they give them so much like spunk and personality that I find them very endearing. I'm trying to think, how would I want to do this? I know Maseki, I kind of already have like an idea how I want to potentially do his card, because I want his Pokemon companion to be Buddew, because I think they kind of look similar. So let me look up Buddew on my phone, even though I know how to draw it, but I want to make sure it's like accurate enough. Such a cute Pokemon. I have like 3 plushes of Buddew. I have like the giant plushy mochi one. He's like humongous. And then I have this really cute one, which is like my favorite. And I think it's like the most accurate looking Buddew. And it's kind of like a little paper holder. It's so cute. And then I have the sitting cutie one. I'm missing one Buddew plush. And I would like to get it eventually, but not right now. So I want these cards to be like very colorful. Oh, you might need a sharpener too. Wait, I think I've shown it in different videos that I have kind of like this. I guess it's a sour cream container. Sometimes I use like a yogurt container. It could be a ricotta container, and it's just to keep my pencil shavings. Because the sharpener that I have, which you guys can actually see that I'm holding, does not have like the little reservoir that holds like the pencil shavings. Because I find this one at least sharpens my pencils like the sharpest and breaks the least. So I think what we're going to do is sketch with the colored pencils first. We'll refine everything with a mechanical pencil, and if I really need to, I'll pull out the ballpoint pen. I don't think it'll be like a non-cut version, but long nonetheless. It's gonna be hard for you guys to see for a little bit because maybe my page is like overexposed. Everything looks so green. Has it been like a super long time? I guess for some reason, like the blinds that I have in this room, it makes everything look so green. I don't know if it's like the fabric. I might have to change the pose of this, but we'll just try to figure this out for now, because I don't know if I want this little guy's mouth to be open or not. But Buddew's such like a cute shape. It's so friend shaped. So besides Buddew kind of, at least to me, reminds me of Maseki. I think it's because it has like that little pointed triangle mouth. Yeah, we're gonna have to change the pose a bit because I want him to be like flinging himself forward. But yes, I think Buddew kind of looks like Maseki, just a smidge. And I think because it's technically, it is a baby Pokemon. So I always imagine Maseki in more of like the Pokemon AU universe. He would be a Pokemon breeder. Probably helping out at some sort of like Pokemon daycare, or working at some sort of like farm-ish type location. And I think Buddew being like a baby Pokemon is quite fitting for that. More about Buddew and why it's my favorite. Besides that, it's so cute. It has like such a cute cry, because you know all the Pokemon pretty much have a unique cry to them. I might have to change his outfit so he looks more like a Pokemon breeder, but back in Ruby and Sapphire, so that's like my first Pokemon game like ever. My first shiny Pokemon was actually a shiny Roselia, and at the time of playing like Ruby and Sapphire, Roselia was just like, it didn't evolve into anything, nothing evolved into it. So I thought, you know, this is like a cute tiny little flower Pokemon. I thought it was so pretty because the shiny version to me almost looks like dried flowers. It's a little bit more like yellowy and slightly more muted, if I'm remembering correctly. Hopefully I am. Yeah, it has like purple and black, which I think is super cool. If anything, shiny Roselia resembles more of Kaisen's like type of Pokemon, I guess, technically, with the color scheme. But I always loved shiny Roselia. I think it was like always so pretty. But I became so attached to Roselia, maybe because it was like my first shiny Pokemon. And then later on, when Roselia could evolve into Roserade, I was so happy because I was like, I'm gonna transfer my Roselia over, we can evolve it, and Roselia into Roserade. Like, it's also very pretty. I love it. As well as getting, you know, getting to see little Bud do, because getting not only like an evolution, but like a little pre-evolution for the Pokemon too. I'm like, yes. I'm trying to remember. I think for my brother, his first shiny was a shiny Spheal. And I used to be so envious of him because shiny Spheal is so cute. I think it's purple, but I love Spheal. Another very good friend-shaped Pokemon. Also, so I was thinking Masaki could be tossing Buddew up, and I either want this Buddew to look like very sweet, very cute, like having the time of its life, feeling it in the wind kind of thing, being thrown upwards, or make it look very eager. We'll see, because I kind of like this. Oh yeah, but I feel like it'd be cute if he was kneeling or something prior, so that he could look like he was in a, either in like a backyard, a flower field, or something. So how would his thighs should be visible, but I also want his apron to be, I'll figure out the pose like a bit better. Because I don't remember if the trainer cards are like, oh, this is like Masaki's card, or is it Buddew's card, or does it say Masaki's Buddew? I forget how it is formatted for these ones, because it's been like a super long time since I've had any Pokemon cards. Like I collected them when I was a kid. As me and my brother grew up, we ended up giving them to a family friend because he became like very interested in Pokemon, so we give him a lot of our old Pokemon toys because he was like significantly younger than us. I think he's not significantly younger. I think he's 6 years younger than me, so a fair amount. To me, he was like a fetus. Very much a baby. I'm just gonna block in a little bit with the pink right now. I might color in more once we do our pencil lines. I'm getting blinded by the light. I'm happy that it's bright right now because we've been getting snow like every other day and it's really annoying. I think I've talked about it here a little bit. We get something called like false spring, and even though I'm always used to it, this year's seems more like, I was gonna say unhinged, but I don't think that's the right word. I think at this point I also can't trust the weather app because it feels like the weather changes every 24 hours anyways, so it's like not accurate. Because I even checked today. Yes, it might be sunny and it's 0 degrees right now. Tomorrow it's supposed to snow again. I'm realizing like the lighting is just really weird for my camera recently. I don't know, do I want to go and see if I can lean more towards like that Pokemon style for the artwork, or do I want to go just full on however I want to draw my characters? Because either way I think it'll be fun to do. I know I just asked you guys like earlier on in the video about like what's your favorite Pokemon. Do you guys have a Pokemon you actually like dislike? So I do have one technically that I say that I dislike. I don't have like really any rhyme or reason why I might dislike this Pokemon. Which is Goldango. Goldango? Goldango. he's just so silly, and I don't know why to me he's punchable. Which is very mean to say, but something about him, I don't know. I don't know if it's because it requires a lot of effort to get him. I don't know if it's the little toothy smile that he has, the fact that he looks like a walking cheese string. I don't know. I don't know what's about him. Because I have no issue with Gimme Ghoul. If anything, I like Gimme Ghoul. He's kind of cute. This little guy inside like a little chest that kind of reminds me of those mimics. But then he just turns into, I know he's a stack of coins, but he really just looks like cheese string. And if you haven't, I highly recommend listening to the Pokopia soundtrack. Even if you haven't played the game, because I think if you like kind of like cozy, soft sounding Animal Crossing-esque kind of music, you will probably like the Pokopia music. And if you're a fan of Pokemon, they do have like parts in the music that are very reminiscent of some of the other game music that they kind of include. So other than Buddu, I was gonna draw Masaki with Swadloon, which I think could also be very cute. And then for Selwyn, I'm kind of like debating. Do I want to go still another like little guy type of vibe for the illustration? If I do, I want to go with Clobbopus because it has like a very similar color scheme to Selwyn. If not, I don't know if I want to open this little guy's mouth. But we're not going for the little guy route. There's like a few other ones that I could do. But if we're sticking with the little guys, then I could also do Rotom. Rotom is like one of my favorites. He's like a little zippy little guy that I really like. I don't even remember why I like Rotom so much. Besides the like, out of all the types of Pokemon, I love grass types and I also love the ghost types. So I love Litwick, Chandelure, and Lampent, but I also love Shuppet. I like Phantom, I like Pumpkaboo. Bramblin I do like. Even though he's just a little tumbleweed. There's a lot of ghost types. Obviously like Ghastly Haunter, I love Gengar. So I like Rotom as well. Mimikyu is very cute. Is Mimikyu a ghost type? So we'll go something like this. I think could be very cute. Because the thing is like I want him to be mostly like front and center, so maybe I'll try darkening this up a little bit more. Make sure that Buddu is kind of like the focus. I might make, not Masaki out of focus per se, but I'm gonna try my best to make sure that he looks more like he's in the background while Buddu is kind of like the front facing. And I don't trust myself doing this like traditionally. I think I got a comment on my photo card making video recently. My Mighty and Fine On photo card making video. If you can make these cards traditionally, and you 100% can. The funny thing is like the timing, I think, of when I'm filming this. I think Love to Draw Manga also has a video making their own cards, which I think is very neat, so definitely check that out. But they do theirs traditionally using the paint markers. So I would recommend trying out a bunch of different like traditional art mediums that you want to do for your cards. I've seen a lot of people also make really pretty like either acrylic marker ones or acrylic paint ones. You can also do colored pencils. You can definitely do watercolor. One of my favorites is getting small tiny little watercolor ones. There's an artist that I'm blanking on and they make watercolor paintings, but they sell it at a very tiny like scale, akin to like card sizes. There's this one of Fern that I really like from Free Ren that they did because the lighting's so beautiful on it. So we'll put the patterning somewhere on his apron. I like giving him like some sort of scarf. So maybe we'll do that as well. Because we're just messing around, doing a little bit of the planning to see how this goes. So this doesn't have to be super accurate to what we're going to be doing. Because like I said, there's a few that I want to do. Some with like trainers as well as just the Pokemon itself. Because Pokemon is like one of the things that I want to learn how to draw more. You know, it helped me break out of my comfort zone a little bit. Because a Pokemon's like Luxray, which is a Pokemon that I associate with my OC Selwyn, could be an option that we could do. And I think there could be a very cozy one. We'll have grass, like little itty bitty flowers. I can't wait to draw Witch Hat Atelier. I'm thinking, do I want to do it for a stream or for a video? Because I have an idea for Keyfree and Olrugio. Because I adore them so much. And then I need to think of something that I want to do for the girls. Because the anime comes out next week. I'm so excited. So excited. I don't want to like perpetuate with the rumors, but I did see that it potentially will only have 13 episodes. And I'm curious on where they're gonna stop. If it is only a 13 episode season. Because I think what people were talking about is that it would stop before... What would it be? Before Coco and... No, not Coco. It's Agot and Riche, I think. Before they take their first test, I think? Second test. I guess it would be, right? Because I feel like it would make sense, but like I will also be disappointed because I really want to see that part. But I guess like she's introduced in the anime, so like she has to be... So like at what point would they cut it off? I don't know. Okay, so we have Bud Dew. Do I want to do Kaisen? I want to do a spooky one with Kaisen, but then I'm so biased. Because one with Haunter could be so cute. Okay, let me pick up different colors for Kaisen's. Go this purple, either darker purple, or do we want to go pink and a purple? Or purple and a blue? Because I love Haunter. I love Haunter. Shiny Haunter I really like a lot. I'm trying to remember what other ghost type is like my favorite, but I'm forgetting. Oh, Golurk! Golurk and Golett, they're so cute. I love them. I was like tempted to give Golurk to Akemi because he fits his color scheme actually really well. What does a shiny Golurk actually look like? Ooh. Wait, shiny Golurk is so cool. Wait, I like this. Chandelier, my beloved. Yeah, like Driftloon, Driftblim. Shedinja I like. Shedinja I find very cute. Oh yeah, and Sinistea and Sinistra. I think that could be fun to do like a spooky themed one for Maseki. I think it'd be fun to do that. Okay, let me look up Haunter. Because maybe we will do Kaisen for this one, and then maybe I'll squeeze in one for Selwyn. Maybe. Guys, I've talked about Haunter's eyes before. I'll talk about it once we figure out how we do this. Because some Pokemon, they have like the white of their eyes, like their sclera, with like a pupil, right? But then when they become happy, you know, they're the stereotypical, like these kinds of eyes. Like they're just happy. Sometimes they close their sclera fully and then they're happy. And then other times it's like the sclera remains open. Like the white part of their eye remains open or whatever color it is. And then only the pupil part will change. So I'm like, which part of your eye can you close? And maybe it's just a difference between like the game as well as like the anime. Maybe that's the difference. Who knows? I always draw Kaisen tired. I draw Kaisen yawning, I think, quite a bit, just because I draw him bored. Bored and or sleepy. And Haunter's so cute. Yeah, but if you guys have like your favorites, is there like a Pokemon type that you gravitate towards? Or is it just the vibe? Maybe you like the animal shaped ones. Maybe you're like me and like anything that's kind of like on the round side. Anything tiny and round is always cute. As a kid, like one of my favorites I think was Azurill. I had like a very cute little Azurill plushie that I put through the wash, and her, like, she has like the stereotypical kind of like black eyes with the white highlight. But I put her through the wash and I guess they dyed her eye color to be dark. So when I washed her, her bottom part of her eye turned like this fiery red orange dye leading up to black, which always feels fun because she seems like, you know, a very unique looking one because of that. So I don't know how exactly I want to do his eyes now. Because I don't know if I want to do this. I drew his proportions wrong. I'm gonna have to make him a little longer so we can kind of stretch his mouth. I made him much more round. He is kind of maybe rectangular shape a little bit more. Get his hands in here. His little grabby hands. Also in the game for Pokopia, Ghastly's so cute. I think my favorite, I love Gengar, but like visually I think Haunter might be my favorite. The cutest is definitely Ghastly. I don't know if it's because he's just a little gas ball. He just looks so smiley and cute with his little two fangs. But he looks so silly. And I like the idea of him bothering the heck out of Kaisen because he seems a little bit more like mischievous. Cute Haunter. I think it'd be cute if he's like patting him. There is a picture of Haunter that I see for my references, and he's holding his hands like this. But there's so many Pokemon that I find like so endearing because they're just little guys. It's definitely been a while since I've drawn Kaisen. See if I can remember how to draw him. I don't know if I'll make him yawn, but maybe he's just like proud of him kind of thing. I'm trying to think what could Haunter be holding that would prompt this. I love Haunter. Haunter is such, I don't know. I love little critters. Just like in Witch Atelier. The little brush buddy. So cute. Maybe instead of proud, he's like telling him to move. Because I also like the idea of maybe he does have his little map. Because my boy is canonically directionally challenged. The other thing I have to think about is because of the layout of Pokemon cards, I'm gonna have to look at some full art versus some other ones because I don't know if I want it to like break out of the border. We have to think about placement of text. It's another reason why I rather do this digitally rather than traditionally. But like I said, if you have like a printed template or whatever, you can definitely plan things out even prior to drawing or sketching it out traditionally. I'm gonna have one eye closed still because I didn't really plan out the other eye. I think for Selwyn's, I either want something like spunky with Rotom, something cute with Clobbopus, or we can go something either very energetic or just go cozy with Luxray and have him like lay on top of Selwyn. Maybe both kind of more towards like that sleeping aesthetic. I think a lot of my friends who like Pokemon, a lot of them like the ones that are kind of like fox-like. So they obviously like Eevee and the evolutions. Or I guess like anything that's more like quadrupeds. So very similar to like how a lot of domesticated animals I feel like are. Akemi could be a very fun one to do though for his Pokemon, because drawing him with real Nicholas or like Matang is like very fun. There's like so many I could do though, because like I can imagine doing one for Sato, her with the Alolan Sandslash. A very cool one, maybe Night Scene. Well, maybe it would be a little bit too dark to see Weavile, but maybe it's like Moonlit. Then have Moriko with her Weavile. Or Cactturn. Cactturn has found like a new spot in my heart because of Pokopia. I don't know if I talked about this story. It's a really stupid reason, but I'm attached to Cactturn now. So, one, his running animation's so funny because his head's so floppy. His little hat, it like bobbles, like flaps or whatever, like it wiggles. It's so cute. But the fact that when I started doing stuff in Palette Town, so like the little area that you can kind of like customize your own town basically a little bit more freely, and there's like certain Pokemon that you can get there exclusively that can't show up in like any of the other areas. But when I started off early, I only went there every so often, so there was only certain Pokemon that I found at the time, and I wanted to build like the little I apologize. Hopefully this isn't spoilers. If you want to hear nothing about Pokopia about this part, feel free to skip. But you can build like little altar type environments, I guess, for the legendary birds. And I was making the one for Moltres. And for Moltres, it was like... I forget how many Pokemon you needed. Was it like 15? It was like a lot of Pokemon that you needed to build the altar. So I had the exact amount. But as I was bringing all the Pokemon to go build that building, there was like a rustling, and I think it was the flowers near a tree. If not, it was grass. But basically, Cactturn popped out. But I put everybody to work. And I'm like, but Cactturn won't stay where everyone is, I don't think. So I made him follow me because I felt bad that he was like the only Pokemon that was not working. And that's basically the reason. And then he was cute because he wanted a disco ball. But bro lives next to a tree and some grass. So I had to put like a random block in the air, put his disco ball. I have a picture of it. I'll put it on the screen because I'm attached to Cactturn. And obviously Cacnea I already love. He's this little round little cactus boy. So the thing is for like the Pokemon cards, I definitely want to do more of like kind of like a painterly-ish look for some of them. I don't know if I will do it for like these kind of character cards. But I want to experiment a little bit. And we're going to try to do them in Procreate rather than on Clip Studio Paint or Painterly. Painterly is like my go-to whenever I have to paint like flowers and like go a little bit more painterly with a background. I don't know why, if it's like the brushes or just how I vibe it out on that program. But like I mentioned before, like when I used to do any of the backgrounds for, I think it was my old stream layout, alongside with the notebook designs that I used for like, you know, like this. These were done in Painterly. I think these ones were done in Clip Studio Paint maybe. If not, it was Painterly again, because for some reason I just work faster and I like the look of it a little bit more than when I work in Procreate or even in Clip Studio Paint for the time being. Oh, speaking of like the stickers and stuff, I forgot, I can probably show you guys if you haven't watched that. I think it's like a fairly old video now. There's Cactturn and Weavile. It's a bit harder to see because of the glare, and hers is a little bit on the darker side. We have Sato, so there's Bergmite and the Alolan Sandslash. Alchemy, so Rio Nicholas and Metang. Let's see, where's the rest of them? I don't have extra of every on one of my OCs. So I have Koji with Makuhita and Scraggy. I have another one of Moriko, Sato, Akemi, Koji. Let me see if I have any ones of the remaining 3 boys. Literally the ones that I wanted to draw today. I don't think there's any in here. A lot of these are like my scrap stickers or like stickers that got cut or not part of like a set. I think these ones were for my friend. She has like one of Miti. Yeah, I don't think I have any of the other ones in here. Oh, here's like a little Selwyn fan. I was like playing around to see if I could make little mini fans. They're a little bit rough, so I don't know if I'll go with this idea. If I can make sure that it looks a little bit more rounded. I don't know if you can see how kind of choppy the edge is. But I want to make little like character fans. I thought it would be so cute. I have these 2 as well. Mimu and... what is Hamon's called? Mimu and... we have Mimu, we have Ma, we have Mimu. Mimo? Mimu. Mimu? What is Bambi's? Mimu, I think? And Mumo. What is yours? Why I can't remember his for some reason. Feels bad. Or here's Momo. In hose. Little MMM mascot. For Pokemon cards per se, I'm gonna do a bit more playing around, and you'll see in a different video where I'll try to solidify some sketches and have those ready for us to draw and then eventually format and cut together. Because I also want to figure out the formatting for like the text. How I want to do that, because I think it'll be fun to do a little bit of flavor text with like either the Pokemon move or like the naming convention for something would be kind of fun to do. That's more personalized towards like me and my OCs. Because I think my most favorite Pokemon. Can I pinpoint it? I really do love Buddew though. But I love a lot of grass types. Okay, we're gonna pick out one more color and we'll draw Selwyn to fit something up here. I might do tinier doodles. My brain's like, can you even draw Luxray? If I do, then I might switch to blue. So I could have it, because cards typically are more vertical, I would have to extend this a bit more. I feel like I haven't drawn any of my OCs recently. I might struggle to draw them now. It doesn't help that I'm drawing in yellow. It's gonna be very hard to see regardless. Wait a second, that's so fast. So while I was taking a break, looking at some stuff, because I got an email saying there was a vendor spot open for this weekend. And I'm like, do I take it? It's a bit short notice because it'll be less than a week to prep. Then again, I did majority of the prep for Boon Goomer, so it would have been okay. It took 2 minutes for someone to fill the wait spot. So fast. It's gonna struggle for me. Animals are literally one of those things I was like not interested in drawing as a kid. I've talked about a little bit that my friends during like my middle school days was like, I think there was a few of them that were really into warrior cats. I was not one of them. I think it was also because I was just not like super big into reading. But all my friends who were like really into warrior cats like drew warrior cats fan art at the time. So because of that, I feel like they all of them drew some sort of like animal or cat adjacent type of stuff like really early on. I guess like in terms of Pokopia, I've been starting another project. So I've been trying my best to see if I can make something akin to like a cute cafe. But I want it to be like really linked to one side of my palette town area. So I want it to have like, it's gonna be like right across my greenhouse, which I have right now my tenants in there. My tenants. It's like an apartment situation. I have Victory Bell and I have Weeping Bell. Miss Magius currently resides in one of the flower pot kind of situation that I have going in there. So technically she's not supposed to be there, but you know, it's okay. I might move her out later. And then I have Hapini in another one and I need to move her out because like she's like on the highest shelf inside of my greenhouse, and I'm like, as much as I would like to fill this with as many Pokemon as I possibly can, they're in such like a strange spot. I would like to move them. Ideally, across from my greenhouse, I want to have like a cute cafe that has like an outdoor area, which I have like kind of set right now. And then it's gonna have like 3 doors. So like the front facing part, I think I want it to be kind of like normal entrance, maybe some cafe little tables and stuff, outdoor area. I want like an upper balcony and then another area where it looks more like how do you call that? Like a patio, I guess is what the other area is, which is facing my greenhouse. And then the other side would be an entrance leading towards the beach. So I want like a beachside-ish kind of area, and that entire cafe will encompass all 3 is kind of the idea. Will it work? I don't know. At this point, I want to elevate it, which kind of sucks because I already put down like my foundation tiles or blocks or whatever, as well as like windows, the doors. And now I'm thinking like I want to elevate it so that we can have like steps going up. And I'm regretting not doing that earlier. So I'm gonna have to tear it down again. And then at some point I will prioritize like actually getting the Pokemon so that I can actually sort them into their environments and actually make them like houses or apartments or buildings or whatever I want them to be living in. Because I've talked about it before, but like my Pallet Town area I've named Carrotland. And because of that, I want it to be very much like pink and blue. It's gonna give more of like a townish kind of feel. But then the other ones, I think I'm gonna go for a different aesthetic for each of them. I think it's also just the size of how I'm placing things. Can't really see the rest of his hair and body. But because I've been so overwhelmed for the last few weeks, I've been seeing if I can just listen to only the Pokopia music while I'm doing like drawing and like some other stuff that I need to finish up, because I've been like blasting videos for so long, or blasting like loud music, that I think it's like it overstimulated my brain when I was already overstimulated. So I feel like I need to reel it back in a little bit. But working in silence doesn't always work for me. So I think Pokopia music is going to be kind of like the happy medium. So I guess depending on when this video comes out, which I guess I have decided that it will be Wednesday. Maybe Thursday? Oof, I might have a hangout date that day. I'm gonna see when I can stream, because my whole plan was for April to be more definitely getting back into streaming again and having hopefully a somewhat regular schedule. If not a regular schedule, at least like streaming enough in a week that it feels regular, whether or not it's regular via, you know, the same dates per se. Like, let's say if I stream every Monday, or I stream every Wednesday or Thursday or Friday, or whichever it is, because I would like to go at least do 2 days a week, one being normal time, maybe like 1 p.m. ish. Oof, I don't even think I can guarantee that. That, or we're just gonna do evening to, let's see, I would say like even 4 to 7, like a 3-hour stream, or like a nighttime stream. So like probably midnight till whenever, because I don't sleep. And maybe I'll take you guys with me like as we build some stuff. So I hate how this Luxray looks. We'll figure it out. I think I have an idea of how I want to do the 3 of them, and then maybe in a different session we'll do one for the rest of my OCs. So I don't know how long this session's gonna be. Probably not too much longer. Because I do want to plan out at least like a Chandelure illustration as well, because he's definitely one of my favorites. And I think it'd be cool to make something very like purple, maybe pinky themed. I have kind of an idea what I want to do for that. I'm gonna figure it out. So apologies if this is going to be not exactly a very exciting sketching session. It's a very self-indulgent. There's that, or I was going to be drawing with Chat Atelier stuff, which like I mentioned, might be Saturday's video, so it might give me more time to actually work on the physical cards of these. Because I want to figure out how I want to do the background. Actually, let me plan that with you guys. So the back side of a Pokemon card would have... I might change the font and stuff because we're not aiming for accuracy. We'll have like some sort of Pokeball. I might make the colors match whoever it is that I ended up drawing for, like this. And maybe I'll write Pokemon at the top. On the front side, I'm still debating if I want to make it like full art. Actually, let me look at it. Because I need to figure out the size as well. Because I don't think it's a normal photo card size. It's like a trading card size, which I don't know how large it is. Yeah, I really like the full art though for the Pokemon cards, which you guys might see next week, because like I said, I kind of want to give myself more time. I'm gonna actually, let me check the timing on this. Which Chat Atelier comes out? I think it's on the 5th, or is it the 6th? I forget which one it is, but then that'll be a Monday video. So maybe I'll do a sketchbook video for that. Will be Witch Hat Atelier related. Maybe I'll make it a Witch Hat week. We'll see. We'll see how much time I need to make for these cards, because I'm going to start working on them today, probably. Plan them out, give myself some time to figure out compositions, and then hopefully get to painting, showing you guys that portion. We'll quickly lay them out, figure out the backing cards, or the back side of the cards, and then actually get to making some of these a reality, because I think it would be cute to have. I don't know if I'll ever like sell them. Probably not a good idea to do. I'm sure that's gonna be like a copyright nightmare, but maybe I'll give them out like on my Patreon or something as like a sneaky little reward for What's the halfway? I did September, I did January, February, March, it'll be April, May. May's? Well, maybe I'll do them as extras for May then. That someone will get, you guys will get random select Pokemon cards maybe. So you guys won't have to pay for it technically for the card itself. It would be for whatever sticker tier that you're pledged for. I think next time maybe I won't use the natural lighting. We're gonna close that curtain. Because I feel like everything seems so dull for some reason on my camera. But I think for sure we're gonna go with something like this for Buddu. Masaki tossing our little guy in the air. I might put like a berry basket or something, a watering can, and then have like a flower field where Masaki's kind of like kneeling or sitting in with little Buddu. And then over here, I think we're gonna do road trip kind of theme for Haunter and Kaisen, which I'm gonna write this down. So let's do flower. I don't know why I wrote it like that. Flower field, we'll do road trip. This one I haven't decided. I was thinking going more cozy. Depending on how much I can fit into the background, because I am still debating, do I want to go more of like Pokemon style? So the proportions are going to be a little bit different for the trainers. And in that case, then maybe I'll include more of someone's full body and do more of a Luxray's laying maybe on top of someone's lap, but kind of like cozy, not campfire, what am I saying? Fireplace kind of vibe. If not, I'm going to change this to Rotom, because he might be a little bit easier for me to imagine something fun to do as something like very zippy and fun. But we'll see. Maybe I'll do a bunch of sketches of Luxray and we'll get more comfortable with that. But I think that's it for today's little session. Hopefully I'm going to color correct a little bit so that things don't look so wonky. But I think that's it for today's little brainstorming. Is it really brainstorming? I don't know. A little bit here and there. I think it was just me doodling for the most part and just really loving Haunter. But probably that's it for today's session. So I'll talk to you guys next time. And hopefully it won't be too long since I do another sketchbook session, I guess. Yeah, I think because we missed last week's session because I did 2 digital ones. But I'm probably going to sketch more in my sketchbook, but this is where I'm just going to leave you guys for now. So I'll talk to you guys next time in the next video. Bye!
Thank you.